Welcome, everybody, to the Renegade Run Podcast, episode 1017. It's great to be here. We've been here for a long time. Sponsored by Plain White Mug with a Pinky. Yes.
And the YouTube feed went down. Great.
Did it really? Love it.
No.
Okay, I'm not surprised at this point. Guys, you have no fucking idea what I've had to go through to get the show up. But it's been a tough few weeks. Like, there's always some issues going on, and I hate canceling, because like I've canceled the show at least like 4 times probably in the entirety of the show, and every time I hate it. And so I fought and I made it happen. I don't even want to go. YouTube went down, so that's why there's like no description in the YouTube. Discord went down, couldn't sign in, had to restart my. Dude, you have no idea. But guys, I really appreciate everyone in chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and waiting and being patient with us. We did it. Shout out to Carl the Comet. Shout out to everyone here in chat. Brew Our Hood, Arcane, Grey Monad, Tegan, Web Dave, BT Maverick, the legend, Lotus Esprit, the legend as well. You're all legends. It's Timmy, Drake Williams, American Fury, Grey Monad. I already said that, but I'll say it again. Grey Monad, RSJ fan. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. I really needed this show this week. It's been wild. It's been a wild week. And I'll turn down this music that's screaming in the background because it's a lot. There you go. Probably couldn't hear it anyway, but it's fine. But let us know if you guys are having any issues. Everything should be totally fine now. And shout out to all the channel members. Again, I haven't had time to update that, but I'll shout out to Brew Our Hood, Web Dave, American Fury, Cold Eastwood, Hargeet Chani, Drake Williams, and RSJ fan.
Fun fact. Fun fact. Lotus is talking about. There's a comet going by. Fun fact about comets. Actually, I think it was a comet. Excuse me. But there was a somebody was doing I think it was a speed run of old school Super Mario Bros. I heard this randomly while I was at a restaurant somewhere far up north, like on the Canadian border up north. And someone was saying, just in this restaurant, they were talking about Comet, because it was during the eclipse that had happened a couple, like last year-ish, I think. Mm-hmm. And they said that there was, because of this comet or because of an asteroid storm or something, they were playing on an N64, and they said there was a glitch that nobody has been able to I don't know if there's true or not. I never fact-checked it. But they said there was a glitch that occurred, and nobody has been able to replicate it since. And Nintendo actually put out like a money reward if somebody could replicate this glitch, and nobody was able to. And they say it was because of like a geomagnetic storm of some kind that caused that. And so Lotus is saying, there's a fun fact for you about comets and space.
I wish you guys would bring more fun facts.
It might not be true, though. It might be fake. It might be completely fabricated, but you could pretend it's real like I am. If it's not real and you look it up, don't tell me it's not real. I just want to live in my own little fantasy that that's a real thing.
That's the best way to live.
You could do that too.
We can do that too. I wish we could talk about more stuff like that. Just bring up random. I did try to do that at one point. I was like, hey guys, let's bring some random facts every week, and everyone's like, no. But that is interesting, and that I guess that makes sense, because YouTube right now, it seems to be effed all the way across the board. But anyway, man, what, sorry, RSJ fan, I'm disappointed that skins and stuff won't carry over anymore. We'll talk about that. We'll jump right into that. And then there's another story that's a little more meta. Well, not meta, it's just real life that's happening with Microsoft right now, but we might talk about that if we have time, because we don't have too much time. Have a bit of a shorter show since we're starting late, but let's just get into this thing. Damarco, how you been, man? What you been playing? Anything new? Anything exciting? Did you watch any TV or movies or anything like that?
Been watching Peacemaker. Well, I saw Fantastic Four.
Yep.
Infinitely more forgettable than Superman. Like, it was good. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. And it's definitely like the best Marvel movie that's come out recently. But that doesn't say much when the rest of the Marvel. So, it was definitely better. I really liked the aesthetic. Pedro Pascal was. I loved the way he played Reed Richards. I thought he was phenomenal. There's parts I absolutely love about the movie, but as a complete thing, I thought that it was more forgettable than Superman. So there you go. I also watched the start of Peacemaker, and if you haven't watched Peacemaker, it's really good TV. I really like Peacemaker quite a bit. So, new season started off strong. I'm really excited to kind of see where it continues to go and how the character, because it's focused more on Chris Smith, right? Not Peacemaker, but like his normal identity. And I like that. I like that they're touching on that human side.
That was my
So I'm
favorite
excited to see
stuff
where that goes.
about
But as far as
Peacemaker was his dad and his brother and stuff like that. That was my favorite stuff. Whenever it hits home.
yeah.
It's same thing with
it
The
was,
Boys.
it was really cool to see.
Which you need to watch. Or wait, you've seen? No, you haven't watched The Boys. You need
I've
to
seen
watch
all
The
of The
Boys.
Boys.
I've
seen all The
I'm an
Boys.
asshole. Okay, sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Arcane can't say it's a bad take unless he's seen Superman, and I'm pretty sure you haven't seen Superman. So, but I'm gonna move on from the Superman talk.
You should definitely go see Superman Arcane before you, Hey, I thought I was gonna hate Superman. I went into it. I was like, I'm going into it. I'm gonna hate this movie. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate it because everything I've seen out of context. It's pretty bad. Watch the movie. Good movie. Good movie. I was wrong. Hey, look at that. Look at that humility. Okay, go ahead.
And then I got back into Skyrim. I was so happy to see. I needed to record footage for a video, and I was gonna go capture some. And I was like, this is gonna suck because I haven't booted up Skyrim in ages. All the mods are gonna be out of date. Something's gonna be broken. Like something auto updated somewhere. The game, like, it's like it's just gonna suck. And I booted it up, and it has worked flawlessly. And that is just like when you have this. And mine's not even that heavily it's modded, but not that heavily modded. And when everything just works, and you're just like,
yeah,
it's like
it's a big relief.
like the best, because the alternative is either you don't play, or you turn around and you say to yourself, okay, I'm just gonna spend the next 8 hours trying to mod this game again. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna boot it up. It's gonna crash 6 times. I'll troubleshoot. I'm gonna spend 9 hours trying to get it fully modded the way I want. I'm gonna play it for an hour and a half and go, okay. And then I'm not gonna touch it. That's the alternative. Those are the two options. Those are the two options.
Right.
And it just worked flawless. I've had some crashes here and there, but that's, I mean, A, for a Bethesda game. But B, for a modded playthrough specifically, right? For a modded game specifically. That's to be expected. Had a couple crashes, nothing too bad. It worked flawlessly. I hopped back in. It was like I never left. And I love that game. It reminded me, I'm sorry, it reminded me of everything I don't really like about Starfield. But I don't know, I guess, I don't know.
You gotta, hey, okay, that's a whole nother thing. But that's good. Dude, Skyrim is always in the back of my mind. It's always in the back of my mind. Like,
I'm so terrified about Elder Scrolls 6. I'm so terrified about it. Like, there's all this talk. Like, there was a GDC conference recently. King Fanman, if anybody follows King Fanman,
I watched his podcast recently.
He just did a Bethesda Brothers podcast, which is two really good friends of mine, himself and Joey Caps Gaming, both really great people, and they were talking about like the AI because NVIDIA AI is directly partnering with Bethesda on their next projects. Now that could be like Fallout 5 and stuff, but it's most likely it's most likely Elder Scrolls 6. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with procedural generation. Dude, I was bashing procedural generation before Starfield came out. I was like, it's not going to be good for the game. It's not going to be good for it. And my comments were flooded with people going, "Oh, you just don't understand how it works," or like, "You just don't get the potential of it," or blah 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 blah. And then the game came out, and even if you like the game, the most unanimous complaint is the procedural generation. I was like, well, there you go. Like, maybe I kind of know a thing or two. Like, I'm kind of an idiot, but I'm not completely an idiot. And now the same thing is going to happen with AI. It's going to be the exact, because they saw like the mods that came out, and they're cool. Like, conceptually they're cool, right? The mods in Skyrim where you could talk to the NPCs and they'll talk back to you.
Oh,
but
that stuff is wild.
So canned, they're so generic.
Yeah.
It's really neat conceptually, because we like the concept. And so many times people have issues separating the concept from the reality of what it is. Yeah. And that's what happened with the procedural generation. Conceptually, the procedural generation sounds amazing. And it's like, oh, you could do all these things and have endless locations and tons of... The AI is the exact same thing. It's gonna be like, oh, but you could talk to the NPCs, and you could have, like, your playthrough is gonna be so specific to you, and it's gonna tailor the content. Not really. realizing the limitations and the actual practical application of that technology is that it's not going to. What does Luke Skywalker say? Like when Rey's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go fight the First Order." He's like, "This isn't gonna go the way you think it is, right?"
Yeah.
It's just not gonna go the way you think it. It's not. And I can look at it and go, "Damn, that's impressive." I look at those, and then it does. And then
impressive?
Bethesda dies, and
Yeah, that's.
Whoa,
I
what
could
the
look at it
hell
and I
type
could
of
go-
conversation did I walk into? Bethesda's dying?
and
I thought
yes.
you said that was
No,
clickbait.
no, but I was just continuing. Anyway, so you know, it sounds really cool, and then what you actually get is, and worth mentioning, I hate AI. It's displacing my job. Like it's a whole thing. So it's personally affected me. It's personally affected artists that I know, where like they have literally looked at AI artwork and seen their art in the AI generated artwork. I think it's just I think it creates more problems than it solves. So that being said, my bias put out in the open, I see when people talk about it, and I see them talking about it on such a conceptual level, but when you realize what you get is kind of this generic canned content that has, and you could program it within parameters, but they tried to do that, right? They tried to do that with, I mean, you look at the Fortnite, they put Darth Vader in Fortnite and had AI James Earl Jones, and he was talking about like sleeping with your mother or something. Like it got completely out of control. And that was supposed to be, so when you start getting that in your game, you start to see the cracks fall through. Now you're supposed to be, what do we love about Bethesda games? The immersion, getting lost in the world. And you start injecting AI into that, even though it has free reign and conceptually it's cool, now you start seeing the cracks, and now it just takes one thing to pull away that cognitive dissonance, and you start losing the immersion of this world, and you start losing, and that could even go with, like, I know AI voices are getting better, but they're still not quite there. You could kind of tell.
Yeah, there's like that robotic
so
sort of.
I don't have a lot of, but
yeah.
And the content itself is robotic, the delivery is robotic, like the things they'll tell you is a bit robotic. And that's not even accounting for things like the time it takes for the AI to register and then and it's quick, but not that quick, right? Not like this is a pre-programmed response that developers put in with intention. And I think the intention is a lot. I feel as though developers putting in a handcrafted story with intention is a lot better than me getting, "Oh, I saw you kill this goblin, and I happen to be this goblin's cousin, and now I'm out for revenge." Like that personal storytelling you can get.
Yeah.
I think a developer putting, now people will comment about Bethesda's writing, so that's a whole separate issue, right? However, I think for me personally, I feel as though the personalized writing is not worth the handcrafted content. And I think we'll start to see these comments. Like, I'll make a video about bashing AI, and I know my comment section will just be like, "Oh, you just live in the past. Like, you're just a caveman, and you're like, AI is amazing. Haven't you seen the mods?" So I'm not looking forward to that. But anyway, I rambled really long on this. Sorry. I'm done for the rest of the episode.
That is fine with me. No, it's cool. Assassin, what you been playing, man?
You would know better than anyone, Rick, considering that you and we beat the Monster Hunter Wilds campaign together.
We did.
While Damarco was flailing about, just screaming into his mic, trying to get the perfect Skyrim footage.
I think that was
we just told him to mod it.
That's what he needed. I think we should take responsibility for helping him finish his video, because without us being there in the background, he would have had no anchor point for his sanity. It was great. It was great. That was fun.
I don't think he finished. I don't think he finished though. That's the
no.
thing.
He finished. He finished off camera.
Assassin's been in a Discord with me, and like he's not saying a word, he's just doing his own thing, and then I'm just there like rambling to myself like a total lunatic while I'm capturing footage or recording or editing.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm completely insane. I swear to God, I could have a really successful YouTube channel. I need to just lock myself in like a cabin somewhere for like a year, and I guarantee you, because I'm just it's that kind of like insanity that you need, where you're just like a rambling lunatic.
Yeah, that's all you need.
I don't know.
I
wouldn't say legendary
in 1952.
Okay. What else have you been into, man?
Honestly,
not a lot.
Not much, to be honest. Not a lot. No.
Yeah.
Just
you and
basically
I.
Monster Hunter.
We played Monster Hunter for like 6 hours. It was something like that. It was not straight, but it was a lot of me getting up and messing.
It was a lot of
crap.
helping you, and we had a lot of fun. All things considered, you got blasted in the face with a lot of fire a couple of times.
Man, Monster Hunter is still one of the best co-op games ever. It's just that with Wilds and Worlds, Capcom cannot get their shit straight with campaign co-op. It's like they're just like, no, play it by yourself, wait till a cutscene starts, then you can fight. Come on, man, we're in 2025. It's so frustrating. But once you get past the story, then you have hundreds of hours of gameplay content that are complete seamless co-op that works great. It's just that story bit that's so frustrating. But whenever I play games, chat, I don't know about you guys, the power of ADD, as Assassin would say. Whenever I play games, I'll play a game for like an hour or two, then I jump to the next game, I'll play for like an hour or two, jump to the next game. And sometimes like I'll stick on a game. It's either like I'm playing a game straight for hours or I am jumping all over the place all night. And so what happens is, since I'm making progress on each one of those games that I'm jumping around in, I tend to end up finishing a lot of games back to back. And I did this week. I beat 5 games this week. It was Monster Hunter Wilds, Precinct, Halo Infinite, Halo Wars 2. What was the other one? Mafia: The Old Country. I beat all those games within like the past 8 days. And again, not because I'm gaming a lot. It's just because I played a little bit of each one, and then it's like, oh, I'm like almost done with this game. Oh, I'm almost done with this game. So that's good to get off of my backlog. True 77. That's a wild way to play games. It's ADD. Like I said, dude, a few days ago, I played Assassin's Creed Shadows for like hours straight, and that's all that I played all throughout the night. That's all that I played. But sometimes I will jump around like that, and you're a monster. Yeah, I don't know, but hey, I only have 127 games on my backlog left. Literally, I have a spreadsheet. So that's what I've been doing. But let's get into this whole thing. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We put up a Q&A just for shits and giggles if you guys want to try to steer the ship a little bit if you want. So throw questions in there about anything at all. Go to the Q&A section there in the chat. And but you don't have to. It's fine. I appreciate everyone's support. Share us out if you can. I didn't even make a tweet because this show isn't going to get seen at all because I can't do any SEO because YouTube is effed right now. So, speaking of effed, Call of Duty. Fighting back. Fighting back.
Love that segue.
Thank you. Because there was a statement, and I saw, Damarco, you were all over Twitter today talking about Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty. More specifically,
I made one tweet.
Battlefield. it was, or maybe I saw some of like your replies. I was like, oh, he's replying to himself. I was confused. Maybe I think it was two tweets.
He was replying to someone. Yeah, both me and DeMarco made our opinions on this matter.
There were two things. I'm not gonna take your headline away from you, but the
Okay.
other one that I think you're probably referencing is they were paying, like, Battlefield was paying a lot for influencers, and somebody said like they might have paid somebody up to, it wasn't verified at all, but they said some influencers might have gotten paid like as much as $300K to talk about and like play Battlefield 6.
Wow.
And I just responded to that. I was like, I can never imagine, like, even half, like, just to say half of that is accurate. 150K for someone to sit on stream and play games for a couple hours. Somebody in the replies did the math and like, well, at $80 a pop, you make this many sales. For someone who has, 10,000 viewers watching them, it was like 1,800 sales is all you need, and you make that money back, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, when you look at it just purely practically, and EA wouldn't go into a partnership and spend that much if they didn't think they were going to get an ROI, right? And there's either positive exposure or preferably their money back. So even still, it was baffling to me to think, oh, I'm going to just spend $150,000, which is like more than 3 times my current salary, right? And most of the developers working on the game, it's probably like 3 times their salary too.
Mm-hmm.
For just a couple hours of content from one influencer. And it's different if we knew that the developers were going to, hopefully they get bonuses if the game does well, you would hope. But we know that the majority of that's going to Andrew Wilson's pockets. So.
Andrew Wilson. ACG always says, He's like the Bond villain.
Android,
of-
Wilson.
Yeah. Sorry, I went to go make a post and I just saw Insane Reality Leaks just post this GIF. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, sorry. Almost got distracted there. Anyway, so Call of Duty has announced that they are listening to feedback, that they are actually going to not allow any carryover from all of the money that you put in on those crazy Beavis and Butthead skins and Ninja Turtles and whatnot. And that's essentially all that they said. They're like, and we're listening and we're doing all these things and whatnot. Now, my question is, does that mean they're... They didn't specifically say, because I guess you have to be diplomatic about it. They didn't specifically say, we're not going to have any silly skins in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. They just said, you're not going to be able to carry all your silly... I know! They already showed it! With the fucking robots and the...
They already showed, like, your little robot skin. Yeah, they already have it.
Yeah.
So you're getting your silly skin. You're just... Continue.
Exactly. Red doesn't return my party invites because he hides offline like a naked mole rat. Well, I was in bed whenever you invited me last night, and I was naked. I was watching season 2 of
and you
Daredevil.
were a mole rat too, right?
But I was a mole rat, and I was like, you need to stop. Yeah. But yeah. So, but Colt, thank you all for being here, regardless of the issues I was having. It really means a lot. So. But yeah, that's my issue with that statement is like, we already saw the silly skins. Now, of course, as a company who wants to make a bunch of money, you wouldn't allow anything to be carried over because you would want people to buy more skins again to make that money again. That's all that it's about. So, whenever I saw this, like a lot of people were like, "This is great, it's taking in feedback." Do you think that they're just going to remove all the silly skins that they showed in that trailer? Like, we heard your feedback. We worked really hard. We paid all these developers to make these 4 exclusive skins that they already teased. You're not going to get that anywhere. Never mind. We're going to take that away. They're not going to do that. There are still going to, I'm telling you guys right now, there are still going to be silly skins in Black Ops 7. And they even, in this statement, they even said, like, Call of Duty is this immersive, grounded experience and whatnot.
What?
Why they said that, and I'm like, but then you have fucking Beavis and Butthead. Oh, I can't. I don't know, but okay. And again, a lot of people are saying this is their answer to fighting back against Battlefield 6 being a very, very wonderful palate cleansing military experience, because Battlefield was great. I loved the beta, had a great time with it. I'm really excited for the full release of Battlefield 6 because I really want those huge maps. I love those huge maps because I actually like to play Battlefield 6 alone. Not like I prefer to play alone, but I can play. I typically don't play multiplayer games by myself. But I like Battlefield 6 because it feels like you're just jumping into a big world. There's just a war going on and you're doing your best, and it's not as sweaty. It's just a fun, I don't know. It's different. I like it a lot.
And this is the fastest Battlefield 2, which I don't like about it actually. It definitely feels the most arcadey of the Battlefields to me.
And they have addressed that.
I
Did you
haven't
see
played
that?
Battlefield since. They are slowing things down, but
like sliding
like
and diving and stuff.
Rush has always been my favorite mode, and the objectives were really close together, and there was some things that just made it feel more arcadey. And they said, they're like, no, we're not changing anything about it. Like, this is how it's going to be. And so they're trying to strike that balance between, we know we want to get the Call of Duty players in, but we need to make sure it's skirting that line enough, right, where we're not going to piss off all our other fans. Yeah. And they're doing a good job of that, I would say, but it still definitely leans the most towards the Call of Duty side that I remember Battlefield being.
And so I don't know, Assassin, what do you think about all this, man? Do you think Call of Duty can stay away from selling this silly, I'm just gonna call it stupid skins that don't belong in a Call of Duty game? Leave that to Fortnite. And again, listen, this is nothing against the studios. This is the corporations looking at what's popular, and what's popular is Fortnite. And what makes Fortnite popular? The crossovers
skins.
and the skins. That's what makes it profitable, because it is a free-to-play game. So it's no shame to. I'm not throwing any shade to the developers and the studios. They are just doing what they're told to do. But this is a business and whatever. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they can stay away from it?
So to be honest, when it comes to Call of Duty, I've said this before, and I've said this about other franchises who have done this in the past. Once you start to cater to people that are not your main audience, that main audience starts to go somewhere else. Now, with Call of Duty's case specifically, Call of Duty got too popular, it got too big, and then that's when they decided, oh, well, we're gonna step away from the fan base that actually propped us up and helped us get here. So, when it comes to Call of Duty, I don't know, it's kind of a 50-50 bag, don't you think? Like, I saw plenty of reactions from quote tweets, from just general tweets in general. I've been on Twitter a lot since I got home from work. And the reaction that I saw was, wait a minute, so I'm paying for skins in BO6, but I can't transfer them to BO7? Or why couldn't you just add a skin filter and just let us transfer our skins over to BO7? And people who don't want to see those skins, they can just turn that off. Kind of like what you suggested a while back, Red.
Right.
But as far as how the community will react, and will they keep skins out of Black Ops 7? They're not going to. They're going to give you like a 3-month grace period, and then they're going to start adding in whatever's popular at the time, just like they always have. With Call of Duty, as much as I hate to admit it, I don't think Call of Duty is ever going to get back to its former glory. It's not going to. And that's why Battlefield 6 is so intoxicatingly, like, I'm not going to say beautiful, but it's definitely got that, it's scratching that itch. Now, I know Battlefield is not, it's not hardcore milsim like Stalker 2 or Ready or Not, but it's still got that feeling of what FPS shooters used to be, right? And that's something that I've said before about Battlefield. That's all that community wants, is they just want a Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield Bad Company 2 experience. Battlefield 6 is the closest thing to that. It doesn't have skins like Call of Duty. It's trying new things, like with the drag mechanic. They're going back to the class system, getting rid of the specialist system from 2042. There's still a debate about either open or closed weapons in certain classes, but if Battlefield Studios, like Criterion, DICE, and all of them are listening to the community, then maybe they'll change that back. What works for franchises is to always cater to your hardcore audience. Maybe not always, but a majority of the time, the hardcore fan base, they do the job for the developers. They bring other people who never experienced the game, into the franchise. Like, think about it. I'm just going to use this as an example because, Red, you've mentioned it before. You did not like Persona at all. And then once Maddie came out with the videos, like, talking about Persona, and you said yourself, okay, he's talking about Persona, so maybe I should jump in and give it a shot. And look what happened.
Just to be clear, it wasn't just one video. It was over the course of, like, well over a year.
So it was over the course of a year?
It was just something that always gets brought up, and it's like you're in the middle of a conversation, and you're like, yeah, like the John Wick movies, and then like months later, it's like, I'm telling you guys, you got to watch the John Wick movies if you love this, and I'm just like, I don't care, you keep talking about it, I don't care, and then it's just over and over and over and over, and then you're finally like, let me just try it. I'm just gonna try it because it's been brought up, and I did, and I was like, holy shit, everything that they said was true. It was one of those situations.
Yeah, but that's the point, though. Like, Maddie may not be the hardcore Persona content creator, but he was one that was invested in it. And then you kept hearing him talk about it for over a year, and you finally were like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Let's see what it brings.
Yeah.
And it's one of your Is Persona 5 in your top 10 games of all time?
100%. 100%.
There you go.
I'll never forget that, man. And I know anime and uwu and stuff like that is so niche, and it's not for everyone, but it was so emotional.
The point of my example, though, the point of my example remains true. If your hardcore fans love the product and you keep on delivering over many games, like, then they'll be the biggest champions for you. Like, I admit it myself. I was not a fan of Capcom's games at all. I didn't even know they existed. I tried Resident Evil 7, absolutely loved it. Tried Resident Evil 2 Remake, loved it. And they turned me into a hardcore fan of their games. And here I am trying to encourage other people to try their games out. So that's how it's supposed to be, and that's what apparently Call of Duty has forgotten over these past few years. That's what it seems like Battlefield 6 is trying to replicate a bit here. Obviously, not for our benefit; it's mainly just for the money. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? DeMarco may not fully agree with me entirely. But
and Colt Eastwood in chat, he's got a great point. And this is something that I know, DeMarco, you said a lot too, which I agree with. Colt said if they add a filter to Call of Duty, many will turn it off, and then they won't be tempted to buy skins. And that is probably why they don't want to do that, because the people that are not like us, that are a lot of you guys in chat probably, you're playing Call of Duty, and I'm not saying you, but there are people out there that are playing Call of Duty, and then they see a Ninja Turtle run by. They're like, "What? You can play as a Ninja Turtle? Yes. How do you do that?" They wouldn't see it otherwise, because they're not going to go through menus and menus and menus just to search all the skins. But if it's advertised via gameplay, they're gonna, how the hell can I get a Ninja Turtle skin? And then they're gonna go buy it, and that's what they want. But the thing is, give us the option. You know what I mean? Give us the option. What'd you notice?
I don't know if you guys know that if you saw this when we were playing the Battlefield 6 beta. For like the past 3 years that I've participated in a Call of Duty beta, I always see a store page in the beta. Like, you can't buy anything, but it's there. Now, I'm not saying that EA is not gonna add it in at a later point, but during the Battlefield 6 beta, I did not see a store. Like,
they'll add it in.
That's what I just said, DeMarco. It's like, I'm glad to see that at least for now.
No, it's like Ubisoft during like reviews. It's like Ubisoft, like, reviewers will get the game early, and then there is no store. Okay. So like they can't add that into their review. Like, and then there's also a store page. They're not going to add that in until it's actually available. So reviewers aren't allowed to say. They're allowed to say it. They just can't say it because it's not there yet.
I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know if anyone here is a fan of the Crash Bandicoot racing games, but I remember back in 2019. Activision added microtransactions after the reviews came out, like 2 months after launch, and that was just a slap in the face.
I love it. I love that. Either way, I think this is a good step in the right direction for Call of Duty, but I don't trust it. I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think about this?
It's Activision.
And thank you.
And it's Microsoft. They're going to disappoint us.
It's Activision. It's Microsoft. Okay, I'm going to get some questions. Assassin, what are you talking about? Assassin,
what?
You're asking, can you tell us why Shepard is rumored to come back as a half-Geth, half-human corpse in ME5? Does it apply as... I don't want to say that word out loud. If you romance someone when you're half dead, listen, Shepard is coming back. He's coming back.
Answer the question, Red. Did you hear that rumor?
Why a rumor to come back as a half Geth? He's not half Geth. He is probably coming back to life because of the Geth. If that's what you're...
DeMarco, did you hear that rumor?
It's the silliest... DeMarco doesn't like theories. He hates Paragon 7. He hated her. He's like, I hate women. I hate Mass Effect content creators. No, I'm kidding. He didn't say.
Oh my God. Then he probably does not like Kyle Elizabeth then on Twitter.
She's great. I love her too.
No.
I love her too. She's spicy.
They're fantastic. They're honestly they're spectacular. Both of them are spectacular.
They
in all
are.
seriousness, spectacular content creators. Sometimes I'm boring. Okay, I know everyone's gonna be. I know everyone's gonna be shocked by me saying that. Everyone's gonna
That's
be
not
like,
true.
"What? You know?" No, I'm boring. And when I see, like, even during the peak of Starfield speculation, I love seeing all of the, or even with Elder Scrolls 6. You know, I had before we knew Starfield was gonna be next. I think it was before we knew Starfield was gonna be next. I actually had a series called Tales from the Elder Scrolls subreddit. I think it was on my old channel, not this one. And Tales from the old Elder Scrolls subreddit was basically going through and looking at just the wild things people were saying about Elder Scrolls 6. And the only way I was able to make that video series was because I was parodying it. Like, I was making it a joke. I wanted to set up this whole thing where I had a character in the game that was, like, basically this, like, if you've seen the Fallout lore storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do
Legend,
something
R.I.P.
like akin to that.
Yeah.
I want to do something kind of akin to that. But I was just going through, like, these random Reddit theories and stuff. And even I could only do that because I was making it so hyperbolic. Because when people have these ideas and they're like, oh, and you're going to be able to be like, you're going to be visiting, there's going to be 3 different levels, there's going to be 4 provinces in the game, and there's also going to be a cloud kingdom that you go to, and you could take your magical drag, because unicorns are going to make an appearance, but they're going to, Pegasus are going to be in Elder Scrolls 6, and you'll fly it up to the cloud kingdom that was hidden by the Akavir back in, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Stop it, like,
You know,
stop.
until he said Akavir, it sounded like he was describing a level from Super Mario.
But, like, that's literally,
yeah, the cloud
that's literally the
kingdom.
level that some people will go to. And so when I see theories like Shepard's gonna come back as a Geth is a little bit more plausible. Like his knowledge has somehow been extracted.
His consciousness,
a machine by the end of that series anyway. So his shit, and then like and it's Mass Effect. It could be like because science. Like I love that about fantasy worlds. It could be like because magic. Shut the hell up.
Right.
They could do that with Mass Effect because science. Shut up.
Because it's
so
very space fantasy
that would
than
be
it is sci-fi.
Kind of be cool.
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
So-
good question, Assassin.
But
I'm
even
sorry.
still,
Go ahead.
if they're gonna bring Shepard back, it wouldn't be that way. They would just.
And
they'd-
Well, American
'Cause
Fury
I feel like-
actually meets your point, Red. Or you know, he
Yeah,
doesn't
American
want
Fury
Shepard
says
to come back.
Shepard. We've had our story. We want a first contact war story. I would love to have like a 4-hour DLC that shows where we play as young Anderson during the first contact war. I would love that, but a whole game set in that. It's not
Have
that I
Keith
wouldn't
David
want
come
it.
back.
It's not that I wouldn't want it, but he has to come back. But yeah, I
That
would
be a
would
cool
love that.
opportunity to play as the Turian. I would like to see it from the Turian side.
Yeah, dude. Because the first contact war, we're getting really nerdy. The first contact war was very short, and it was mostly taking place just in space. It wasn't like a ground war. It was just a very like long, drawn out space battle. It's kind of what the first contact war. Because they were like, "Who are you? What do you mean? Who are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? Shoot them! No, shoot them! Wait, stop! We're all confused. We're confused." Just calm down, everyone. Calm down. that was the whole contact war, but yeah, I hear you. A lot of people don't want it to come. Don't want Shepard to come back one way or the other. They want new characters, and I totally get that. Totally get that.
I'm just gonna say it and leave it at this. I have not played the Mass Effect trilogy, or I've only played a bit of the first one. To me, like having Shepard come back after
Bless
3 games,
you.
in my opinion may change. Yeah, my girlfriend sneezed. My opinion may change once I actually fully dive into Mass Effect, but you know, if what American Fury is saying is true, like Shepard's got a good send off in 3, then wouldn't it be best to just leave him be, let him rest? Because if you bring him back and you screw it up, that kind of sours his character.
It's the Luke Skywalker situation. It's the Last Jedi
Exactly.
situation. Like, okay, what happens at the end of Episode 6 in Return of the Jedi? Like, Luke goes off and he wants to train a bunch of people, and in your headcanon, you're like, that's a wonderful. I can imagine what he's doing. He's powerful and he's overcome so much. And the Last Jedi's like, nah, he's just an old man drinking blue milk and he dies. You're like, cool. Why? I would rather not have any of that shit than whatever the hell you did in Mass Effect 5 to Shepard.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with you.
I love the idea. You know what? I love the idea of just conceptually is what Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes did, where it took place in the future. Did you see that movie?
I haven't seen that yet. No.
Okay. It was directed by Wes Ball, who did the Maze Runner trilogy, and those are I've said it before, but those are some of my favorite movies of all time. So when they were like, "Oh, we're doing a fourth one," it was meant to be a trilogy. I went, It's actually really good. Like I really like where the direction is going with it. It's really intriguing, and it was a good movie. Not as good as the original trilogy, but it was good. But they basically took the concept of the main character Caesar, and they kind of, it's been long enough where everything that character, he becomes like a god figure for all of these apes, right? And what happens is, it's been long enough where they sort of pervert what his actual message was, right? Because he was like, good benevolence, like ape together strong, and they pervert this into something that it's not. And so I really like that concept of like, hey, Shepard was this person that united the galaxy, and someone looks at that, is staring at a statue of Shepard going, I understand what you meant to do, Shepard, and then they just take it in the complete wrong direction, and they're doing it under his name, and they believe what they're doing is right. They think like this is 100% what Shepard was trying to do. I don't know if you could do that in the Mass Effect universe, because you have things like Asari that live for thousands of years, so it's harder to pull off. But I like that at least as a concept. And then Shepard obviously wouldn't necessarily be in the game, which I'm fine with. He is going to be in the game, but
What if it's a DMC4 situation, though?
I mean, what he means, Damarco, is that like you're playing as someone else, new character, but Shepard is in the game, and I think that is actually what it's going to be. I think that's the most.
Well, they're probably
logical.
going to do what
Shepard.
they did with Dragon Age.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
do exactly what they did with Dragon Age, where
Yep.
Leliana was a party member.
Yep.
Or I'm sorry, where
And then
you play
Hawk.
as Hawk, and then in Inquisition,
Yep.
Hawk just shows up for a bit. Yeah.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm not saying that Shepard would just show up. I'm saying what I also mean by Devil May Cry 4, you play as a new character, and just like how Nero fought Dante, the new guy fights Shepard.
We've done that, and you need to play the fucking trilogy, man. Like right now, True 77 is like screaming. He wants to put his fist through the phone, because he's a massive Mass Effect fan, and he knows what I'm talking about. Well, you guys know what I'm talking. I don't want to spoil anything for Assassin, but that's a great question.
Wonderful day.
It's a wonderful day. Lotus question: rumored Forza Horizon 6 release date. I don't know about the release date, but I know that there's some rumors about the setting, and I've talked to some
If
people.
you watched Cult Show,
yeah, that's the person that I talked to. That talked about the setting. People have been wanting Forza Horizon 6 to go. There you go. To go to Tokyo, which I think Tokyo is a great setting for a racing game, just because how Japanese Tokyo is. If you didn't know, Tokyo is in Japan. I'm like, if you can't tell, I'm not a big racing guy, but I know those games are very relaxing and chill. People love racing games, and Forza. If I had to choose a racing game to start playing, it would probably be the one and only Forza. Now, I have played and beat Forza Fast and the Furious from like 10 years ago. That was fun, but I don't know anything about the release date for Horizon, but Lotus. But I am excited for people that are excited about it. Sorry, I don't think any of us here really are big fans of that series, but so we can't really speak on
I
it.
played
I apologize.
Forza Horizon 3.
I did too. I played the demo. Isn't that the one where you start the demo and you're on the snow mountain?
I don't
Isn't
know. I
that
played
fun?
the actual game, so I don't know.
Ah, okay. Well, great. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I'm not a fan of a video game franchise that you can do in real life.
Great. Colt says, what would you do if you could, but as long as others aren't allowed to, but they make major exceptions, but still understand what people want while providing clarity? DeMarco?
Sometimes when you think about how the planets on certain occasions can align, you
Mm-hmm.
make sure that whatever that was doesn't come out your mouth because it made no sense.
Assassin, what do you think? I can repeat it if you want. Here, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Do you know
what
where
would you
to
listen
think
listen
about-
listen to me? What would you do, Assassin, if you could, but as long as others aren't allowed to, but they make major exceptions, but still understand what people want while providing clarity? Seriously, what do you think?
I think that you should just cater to what makes you special.
What would
And
that
it's
be?
that
And in
elegant
Colt's
phrasing
case-
is what makes you special.
And in Colt Eastwood's case, when he wrote that question, Mountain Dew and drugs.
There you go. Fantastic. Fantastic. That's a great question, Colt. I would say just make
Colt,
sure.
what are you putting in your Mountain Dew, my guy? I thought you
It's-
were weaning off it.
I love it. I love this. He's pulling a red Wolf Renegade because I do this to people in streams all the time. I'll put in a super chat and say this kind of stuff. I love it, but I guess my answer would be to make sure that when you put in, you can take away without having to give, and also letting people know what they have when they haven't all the time, whether it be left, right, down, or inside. Therefore, there's a possibility that we can come out of it underneath instead of on top. So there you go. Let me remove that. BT Maverick. Will Hollow Knight Silksong be a Game of the Year contender, and why is Red Wolf playing Witcher 3 for the 98th time over Silksong? Well, I can answer that. One, I am obsessed with the Witcher franchise, as you know, and I will be playing it for the final vanilla playthrough one last time before Witcher 4 comes out.
I thought
what
you were going
is-
to say
what-
before the mods comes out on console.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I'm gonna play it vanilla for the last time, and then whenever mods come to console for Cyberpunk and Witcher, then I'll definitely jump back in. But it'll be a while. It'll be I would say another year or two until we get mods on consoles. But we'll have to see. I'm excited. We talked about console modding last week before last, I think, with Stalker and Bethesda sort of leading the charge on that, and Dying Light has console mods. No one talks about this kind of stuff, but Hollow Knight Silksong. What is up with Hollow Knight? I know what it is. Like, I've seen it, but what is the big deal? And again, this is one of those like Ori and the Blind Forest issues that I had. Not issues, but like I look at Ori and the Blind Forest and I'm like, this looks like a great fun game. It's beautiful, but what is the draw?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened with Elden Ring. When Elden Ring was announced, it didn't get an update for like 3 or 4 years. Everyone was always spamming Elden Ring in any showcase. Didn't matter what showcase it was. They were spamming Elden Ring, and then when Elden Ring finally came out, it turned to Hollow Knight Silksong, and that's basically been the game that apparently the gaming community has been wanting for a long time. If you look back at chats to previous showcases, you will see many Silksong replies. Like, is Silksong here? Or is Silksong gonna be in the show? Like, guys, we get it. You're excited for it. Honestly, I can honestly say that maybe Silksong may be the most anticipated indie game probably in a long time. Again,
Okay.
team of 5
Game of the
people,
year?
I think. Game of the year, I'm not gonna discount it because I tried Hollow Knight for like an hour or so. I can't necessarily rule it out, but I don't know. It
Astrobot
could.
did it.
You never know.
You
Yeah,
never
but
know.
Astrobot is more family friendly. Like, Metroidvanias have never been one to gain massive traction.
That's true.
Even
Margaret-
Metroid and Castlevania, who actually made that genre, have had troubles. Yeah, DeMarco, what's your opinion? And why do you hate it already?
Why do you hate Silk?
He hates anything that isn't Bethesda.
I don't like Silk. I don't like Silk. Everyone's like, I got Silk sheets. I'm like, yeah, it just like sticks to you. It's just, I don't like silk. Silk is weird. I'm just like, I don't like it. You know.
I think I broke him. He's upset that I'm putting cream in my carbonara.
Or maybe I think he froze. Yeah. It genuinely just looked like you were just stunned and shocked. You were just like,
He's frozen.
that was great. But if you don't have any thoughts on it, it's fine.
Hollow Knight, Hollow Knight, it has great lore, it has a cool story, it has really fluid gameplay, and it's one of those games that when they released it, just everything about it worked the first time. And as coming from, I've heard about it sort of through other people, right? Not from my own personal experience, but it's kind of this rare. Ori was very similar, Ori and the Blind Forest, and then they tried to make Ori 2, and it just wasn't as well received as the first one. I don't know if Silksong is going to have that same issue. Maybe it will. I hope it doesn't. But some, you know, these platforming games, they and Metroidvania style like platformers, they have a really big community, and I feel as though there's a lot of them, but there's not a lot that do it to the level that Hollow Knight does, where they blend all of those elements together, right? You have the good platforming, that's a requirement. You have not just good feeling movement and good feeling mechanics, but they're great. And then you have the story and the lore and the visuals were really good looking game too, the art style, to bring all of that together. And in many ways it feels like it could be a lightning in a bottle thing. I would love to see Silksong be everything Hollow Knight was and more, as you would expect with a sequel. And fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. That's all I can hope for.
Just
because they've certainly had the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give Red a bit more context as to how popular Hollow Knight is as an IP, the first game has sold 50 million copies.
Gee willikers, Batman.
And Silksong is the most wishlisted game on Steam of all time.
We Jillikers.
So, yeah. To say that the
All right.
sequel isn't anticipated would be kind of an understatement there. And
Okay.
like I mentioned before, Metroidvanias have always had a hard time hitting the mainstream. Even Metroid Dread, which I would argue is one of the best Metroidvanias that I've ever played out of the two I've played, was very good. And it still barely hit 3 million copies a year or two after it came out.
So people
So,
like it.
yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah.
Look, I hope it's good. They've obviously been working on it for a long time. So let's hope that pays off. By the way, speaking of... That's a weird segue. Thank you guys so much for being here. There's almost 40 people watching us live. It means a lot. YouTube has been really crappy lately. As I said in the last live stream, I was sort of talking about a lot of behind the scenes stuff about how the podcast kind of hurts the channel a lot, but it doesn't matter because it's all about you guys. And there's almost 40 of you here. If all 40 of you could hit the like button, that would help a lot. I know you guys are playing a game. Pause your game. Pause it real quick. Hit the like button. It's free. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It helps. It helps so much. You don't understand. And it's such a cliche thing, but the like button is so important. It's so important because it pushes us into the algorithm. It makes us be seen more. So I really, really appreciate it. All the support
It helps.
tonight.
It helps a lot.
It helps a lot.
YouTube loves it. It's like giving YouTube drugs when you hit the like button.
Exactly. Exactly. Just give YouTube all the drugs. That's what we want. Shout out to Jonas.
Enable YouTube. Be an enabler.
Jonas is here. He says, hello, how's everyone doing? Remember to like the stream to help this poor man out. Exactly.
Exactly. This
poor
man,
man
needs more. He needs money for his water bill.
It's not about money. It's just, I just want the channel
yes,
to grow.
Yes, it is. You take 3 showers a day.
Oh, I do need to pay my water bill. That is true. That is true. Listen, I get up in the morning, I jump in the shower, brush my teeth in the shower, I'm all clean, and then whenever it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, before I'm like pajama time, I shower again, and I jump into my nice clean pajamas, and I'm clean and I'm pajamaed. I'm weird. I like being clean, man. I don't know. Whenever I feel any kind of sweat in my pits, and look, let me say this. Whenever I go outside and I'm busting my ain, right? I'm digging holes, I'm building fences, I'm doing construction, whatever the shit that I need to do, like real life work, and I'm sweating my anus off, that's fine. That's totally fine. That is when you should be sweating. I shouldn't be sweating while I'm trying to relax, play video games. I'm uncomfortable. It's just a weird thing. But yeah, I don't have if I'm sweating for 8-10 hours a day working outside, that is totally fine. But whenever it's time to relax, I don't like to just be sitting there like, you know, that's what I do whenever I sweat. But anyway, please hit the like button, everyone. I'm not talking to the other person in chat. I'm talking to you. Please. Thank you so much. See, True77 has a question. Thoughts on using AI to generate endless squad dialogue / missions in an end-game open-world scenario? DeMarco just talked about how much he hated this. I think he's asking just because you were talking about it earlier. Because DeMarco talked about it before. I think what I would say is I'm torn on it, man. I would like to know that it's not AI, but then again, it's like whenever we play video games, like we're meant to be immersed into the world, right? And I'm not usually thinking about Mark Meer, his face as Commander Shepard, or who's the actor that plays Garrus Vakarian? I always forget his name.
He plays Garrus?
Oh,
what is his name? It's like Ian.
yeah, he was just in Avowed too. Yeah, it was just in Avowed.
It's like Ian something. I can't remember his name, but anyway, like I'm not thinking about those characters.
Brandon Keener.
It was the Ian that I thought Ian. That's where I got the Ian from. Keen.
Yeah.
Ian.
Yep.
It's easy to get those two things confused. But whenever I'm playing games, I'm not like thinking about them. So I guess like you could say, for me personally, the AI thing is such a hard conversation. Like I'm so torn on it. Like I'm not. What I'm getting at is like whenever I'm playing a game, I'm thinking about Garrus Vakarian beside me. I'm not thinking about the voice actor unless I sort of like take a pause the game and I'm thinking about it like as like a side thought, I guess. So if there are voices added in on into the character that are AI that sound just like the character that add more, I guess, quality or density to dialogue, I guess I just don't want to know about it if that's the case, because I don't think about it anyway. I feel like I explained that horribly, but Brandon Keener. Everyone's like Brandon Keener. Thank you. Game Seeker, thank you so much for gifting a channel membership. Thank you so much for doing that, bro. It means a lot. He gifted it to the OGG show, the OG show. Thank you so much for doing that, man. I really, really appreciate it. Marlon Brando, that's who it is. Drake Williams says that's who it is. That's who voices Garrus. I'm gonna make the Reapers an offer they can't refuse. Yeah, exactly. I love that.
I give him a cannoli.
I give them that element 0 and they think
the likes of which they've never seen before.
I feel like I walked into a Mafia spinoff.
There we go. Man, I beat the Mafia of the Old Country.
If you get a cannoli and you put chocolate chips in it, I hate you. Some people like the chocolate chips in the cannoli cream.
Do you also hate people who put cream in the carbonara?
Nah, do whatever you want with that.
Oh no,
yeah, I'm a big fan of messing with sauces. You want to test different sauces, like you want to have the wackiest sauce and just throw whatever and be like, go for it. But if you put chocolate chips in your cannoli, you deserve.
What's the big
There's
deal,
a special spot.
It's just chocolate chips.
It's wrong. If you put chocolate chips in your cannoli, I hope your pillow's warm on both sides.
Well,
every night.
Why does it matter?
Not
though?
just one
Isn't cannoli a sweet?
Just don't. Cannoli cream
just don't
is
do
sacred.
It.
And you.
But why?
And you want to like, or they have like chocolate cannoli, like the thing. It's chocolate instead. there's a special place in hell for people who have the chocolate ones.
That's right. That's right.
I'm having trouble understanding this. It's like, you make it sound like the cream came from God himself, but it's just
God
cream.
cream. Ugh, sorry, I shouldn't have said that out loud.
It's just cream. Like,
It did
what harm does chocolate chips
It
do
did
to
assassin.
cream?
It did. If you think it's just cream, you've never had a good cannoli, which makes sense. You gotta come up to Brooklyn to get a good cannoli.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta go to New York to get authentic Italian cuisine. There's
It's
not
true.
really that many
You gotta-
options down here, DeMarco. All I got is Olive Garden. Okay.
Handmade
You
pasta
come
to screw your
come
stomach
to New
up.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
I
you do it.
know. If I ever meet DeMarco in real life, he's gonna shove a cannoli down my throat,
And you'll love it.
and then he'll scream at me, "Doesn't this cream taste better than what you've had before?" Oh my god.
Okay, well, all right. That's great.
Next
Tegan
topic,
says
Red, please.
Braylon Mando, which is totally. And there he goes. There he goes.
There
There
goes.
he goes. There he goes again. Let's see. Braylon Mando. I love Star Wars names so much. Like Galen Merrick, who you all know as Star Killer. I love Star Wars names. That's what it sounds like to me. This is the way he says. He switches back here. Let me see. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the questions. Really appreciate it. And once again, please hit the like button. And that's the last time that I'll ask you. Damn it. Thank you so much.
Next
Someone
topic.
said something. Jonas says you come into my spaceship on the day of my daughter's to be married, the day of my daughter's wedding, the day of my daughter too. Oh yeah, I finished Mafia: The Old Country. Man, what a Mafia game that was. And that's all I'll say about that. That is what I'll say about that. So, sorry, I can't keep up with chat. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button for the last time. But let's do this. Let's talk about Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid Delta, a.k.a. Snake Eater. Oh, my God. I'm so flippin' excited for this game. You guys have no idea. But it's an Unreal Engine game. Don't you forget it. Virtua Studios, who recently remade kind of Oblivion, also used an overlay of the Unreal Engine 5, which, to the dismay of many PC users, much stutter, much performance issues all the time. And I don't play on PC a lot, but I do notice that stutter, and I've seen a lot of comparisons. And it sucks. And so it seems that on PC specifically, and moreover on PC rather than consoles, Metal Gear Solid Delta is having a lot of performance issues. Now, you guys know me. I don't care. If it runs at 50 frames, I'm like, wow, that's 60 frames. Looks great. But a lot of PC users who have like 5090s and whatnot are complaining about Metal Gear Solid not being able to run past 60. When it used to be that 60 was the goal, and now that we can't go past 60, everyone's bitching about it again. But hey, so now consoles, I think it's a locked 60 on performance.
It's
And is it a lock? It's locked 30 on quality, and it's locked. I thought it's locked 60 on performance on consoles, right?
No, on performance, it's bouncing between 35 to 50.
Okay, so it still looks great. But PC specifically, this is an Unreal Engine 5 issue, right, DeMarco? You talked about this while playing.
Unreal 5. Listen. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend I'm an expert on game engines, and anyone who says that they know things about any content creator that you watch, it's like, oh, I know over the game engines.
I mean, aren't you an expert on the creation engine, though?
No. I like to think that I know more about it because I know my lack of knowledge about it. Because the reality is, I have never built a game engine. I've worked with the creation kit before, like I did some small things and started learning it. But that's just the creation kit, right? That's not making and modifying an engine. So I'm not going to pretend I know much. But it's a reoccurring issue with Unreal games that they are very, very stuttery and choppy. And it irritates me to no end. Now, there's an argument to be made that it's not the engine, it's poor optimization. Again, I don't know enough about game engines to say which one is true. I'm assuming a little of both, because obviously if the engine just was better optimized out the gate, right? Because it's a reoccurring thing, then it shouldn't be an issue. I would hope. But it's one of the biggest detriments. It's one of the biggest complaints about Unreal. That, and they all kind of feel the same. When you play an Unreal game, I feel like you could tell you're playing an Unreal game. I don't know what it is about it. It's like the movement or something.
Really?
It's also like
I didn't have that feeling
yeah,
in Expedition 33 at all.
Well, I was just about to bring that up. Yeah.
That's a very different type of game too, but like I think specifically when you are going around like in the open world segments, I think you could kind of get that feeling a bit more.
Maybe it's because the camera's always pulled out very far that I just don't notice. But yeah.
That could very easily be a part of it, but I also think that Expedition 33 just in and of itself is a much more contained game, right? Because the issue where a lot of these games come into issues is typically when it is an open world. Most of the time, you think like Oblivion Remastered, for example. When it is open world, that often seems to be part of the problem. And I think it's just how, if I had to guess, it's about how it loads in certain resources, because again, I don't know if this is how Unreal 5 works, but a lot of games, what they'll do is they don't actually load, like anything that's behind you isn't loaded in. Like it only loads what you're looking at. Now, engines have gotten very much more powerful, so they might just be existing but in a low res state, because the game is like processing that, okay, I don't need to have, especially in an open world game, right? I don't need to have everything behind me in high fidelity. It's part of the reason why like people complain about Bethesda games, but they like the creation engine, one of the smart things about it, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, is that even though there's loading screens like to get into a city, that there is a loading screen there, because that means it can separate those two items as far as loading. But again, to get back on topic, it'll load what's in front of you. So the stuttering is coming because, if I had to guess, again, I'm not 100, but it's because it's processing all that stuff as you start to turn, right? And now it's like, oh shoot, he's moving, like, and then it's like popping all that stuff into full detail, or probably even like some of the smaller assets, like sprites and stuff. If you don't know what a sprite is, if you've ever played a game where it kind of looks like there's a texture, usually plants will be like this, and if you actually look at the plant and it's just kind of you might have to look at it like straight top down, but it might be like a 2D object and then it turns with you. It's very apparent if you like look at like Elder Scrolls Arena or Daggerfall or anything like that. That's when you really see it. But it's like this 2D object that kind of just turns to make sure that it's always facing you. But yeah, it might be loading those in completely.
There you go. Assassin, is this changing your mind about buying the game? Or are you still gonna get it? Are you just gonna deal with it?
I mean, the thing that someone pointed out on Twitter, what Digital Foundry themselves didn't necessarily tell everybody, they were playing on the 1.0 version.
They lied. Okay.
No, I don't think it was an intentional lie. I think it was just something that they forgot. I think it was just something that they forgot to mention. But the copy of the game that the media reviewed was, I think, the 1.2 version of the game. And I was just going to mention, I'm pretty sure that the game has been announced that it's going to get a day one patch that will actually cover some of the performance issues that the game is apparently having on the 1.0 version. Don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but I mean, when it comes to like the performance itself, I naturally prefer 60 FPS. I think that should be the standard on consoles, at least. On PC, like, I don't care if you can go past 60. If you can do 120, then all the power to you. You spend a lot of time, care, and money on your PC. You should be able to hit that level of performance. But on consoles, I think 60 should be the standard. Like, you can have a quality mode at 30 if you want, but I don't know what it is necessary. For me. It is. Like, like what you said about Cyberpunk many times. You think that it should have an optional third-person mode, alongside its traditional basic first-person mode.
That's exactly my point.
In terms of quality and performance, you should have the option to have 30 quality, 60 performance
all the time. I totally agree with that.
And maybe we'll get to a point, maybe next gen, that hey, maybe performance will be 80 FPS and quality will be 60. You never know.
Right.
But for now, I think 30 and 50 should be the standards for quality and performance, respectively. As far as me getting the game, though, I don't know. I'm not totally disqualifying it from my future lineup, but I don't know. I'll wait till the day one patch comes out, and maybe then I'll decide then.
Yeah.
I'm more interested right now in Shinobi, though.
Art of Vengeance. Yeah, that game looks like a game. It looks like a game. I would say with Metal Gear Solid, you guys know me. This doesn't affect me at all because I play games at 30 quality. Because that's me. That's what I do. I don't know. I have this back and forth with a good friend of mine that always says, like, I just can't do it. And once you go to 60, going back, it makes you feel sick and it just hurts your eyes. And I always bring up this. I've told chat, I've told you guys about this so many times, where I went through the Ezio trilogy, remastered trilogy. It's like all that I played for like a month, and they all run at 60 or above on consoles. And so Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations, it was all running at 60. And I was like, finally, because I'm going through everything in chronological order, just replaying everything. I was like, now the next one in the chronology is actually Black Flag. So I went to boot up Black Flag. It's running at 30. And I was like, what the hell? Why does it look like this? It was running at 30. And my brain was like, no. And it did make me hurt my eyes, made me feel sick. The whole thing, it's true. So I get that it's true. So if you're not used to it, totally get it. But real quick, shout out to Lotus.
RDR2 Red. I tried it at 30 again for the third time. Can't do it. I need that rough. PS5 X Series X patch like bad.
Yeah. Lotus is free. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat that just says "Add Assassin." There you go. I'm just showing you some love. You $10.
Thank you, Lotus. Appreciate it.
There
You're
go.
helping pay Red's water bill with my name.
With your name. No. True77. What the hell, Red? Over 2,000 gamer score this month? You weren't kidding about completing 5 games. I did it. I really did. I just been busting it. Just been busting all week. Damar. Oh, sorry. You're talking to someone.
Oh wait, Red. Did you pre-order through GameStop like you said you were going to? Or
yes, and it's
are you
coming.
Just keeping your Amazon pre-order.
Nope, I canceled that, and it is coming on time. So I'm just gonna do that from now on because I was like, Amazon is saying that Metal Gear Solid's gonna come 2 weeks after launch because it doesn't prioritize its delivery, regardless of whatever release date it is. So even if you pre-order something from Amazon, it's like, yeah, you're pre-ordering it because you're gonna get it, not because you're gonna get it on time. GameStop is specifically a gaming-focused company, so they know that the release date means that they'll ship it before the release date, so that way it will arrive on the day of release. So that was my logic, and it turns out that's what they're doing. I've only ordered from GameStop maybe like 5 or 6 times in my life, so I always forget exactly how good they are with that. But it looks like it's coming. It's going to be here on Thursday, so I'm really excited. I'm actually going to go ahead and jump on the Xbox app and just pre-install the game, so that way I don't have to wait too long for the day one patch and physical update and all that. So really excited.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited for Metal Gear Solid regardless, man. If it ran at 15 frames, I would be like, I'm fine. It's a childhood game that like just changed games for me. Like you guys know here, but like chat, you might not know. Like I'm always talking about, I'm always so obsessed with like survival mechanics in games and like the immersion and all these little details, and
You love them.
I love them so much.
Them.
It started with Metal Gear Solid.
Much.
It all started with Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater back in 2004. That's where it all started. Where you got shot in the arm, and like you would have to take pliers. You had to go into your menu, you select pliers, apply that to your bullet wound. That would remove the bullet. Then you would have to take antibiotics, apply the antibiotics to your gunshot wound so you don't get infected. Then you would have to take a bandage and wrap your wound around your arm. And then you would, if you took off your shirt, You could literally see the bandage on Snake's arm where you just did all that. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, it changed everything the way that I played. That I played survival games. True 70. Stay.
I feel like I was watching a Bethesda-related interview. This must have been a while. I think it was, and they had brought that up, like having to do all those things, and they were like, I wish I could. It won't come to me. But there was a thing. I was watching something where it seems like they were very unrelated, and it was a game developer. I think it was a game developer. He's like, yeah, you don't expect to see that in this kind of game, or we just never seen that in a game, and we saw that and we're like, oh my god. It's like, huh? I didn't think you would have played that game, and B, I don't think that mechanic would have made you like reflect on your own stuff.
Yeah, like Delta.
But no, that was a big. My point being, that was a big deal. Like having to do all that stuff, like outside of the context of I like survivals things, like that was a really legendary gameplay element.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, I keep hearing all the time from Red, like Metal Gear is one of the best franchises ever. Like 3 is the best. I keep hearing that a lot, all the time, and it. Exactly. So when obviously the remake for 3 Snake Eater came out, I was very excited. Like this is my technically first Metal Gear video game I'm trying, and I want to do that at its best. This was the game. This is one of those games that helped define the PlayStation 2 very early 2000s era. Like when you think of that era, you think, oh. You think Halo 2, you think Devil May Cry 3, or Kingdom Hearts, or Persona 3, but Metal Gear was one of those games that were talked about a lot back then. So when I hear that it's having performance issues, I'm like, I want to experience a remake of this game at its best. I know you can play the original right now, but I really hope this remake hits all the right spots for me. I'm just a bit bummed about the performance. Like I said, it could be fixed with the day one patch. You never know. That's
exactly what I was about to say. Watch it come out day one and everything's fine. I think that's best case scenario. And then Konami and Virtuo Studios are like, just there you go. You were yelling for nothing. But yeah, speaking of Konami, American Fury has a question. Did you watch the Return to Silent Hill teaser trailer? Is that the fan-made one that I've been hearing about, where they have James not look anything like James?
I did not even hear about this.
If it's the fan-made one, I have seen screenshots of it, and James just doesn't look like James whatsoever. But I don't know why they can never get that right. But it's a fan-made thing. It's not like I can be. It's not like Lionsgate is making another Silent Hill game or movie, and they just effed it up. But I will watch it. I will watch it regardless. Silent Hill 2 is incredible. And shout out to BT Maverick for gifting me that game on PC. I still need to play that and stream that. I've honestly been afraid to stream that game again, or to stream anything, because just for damaging the channel. Streaming damages the channel. There's no other way to put it. But maybe I'll just say F it, just stream anyway. But I literally saw it on Twitter before I sent that. Okay. Yeah, so it is the fan-made one. I'll watch it. Where's it going to be released at? I don't know. You got to go on their Patreon.
It's going to be released in theaters. There's like a 40-second teaser trailer on IGN right now.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go watch that. And I'll get back to you. Maybe I'll quote tweet it and tag you with my thoughts. Yeah, I love Silent Hill 2 so much. But yeah, thank you.
Oh, wait, Red, I forgot to mention the game when we were talking about what games we were playing. I completely forgot. I rebeat Arkham City.
You rebeat it?
I did. I rebeat it.
It's a wonderful game. Wonderful.
I know. I was trying to get the platinum. And then for some reason, the AR mission where you have to like do specific dives and glides?
Yep, I knew you were going to
bug out on me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It bugged out on me. And I have to start an entirely new save point. I already rebeat the game on the normal mode and New Game Plus, so I have to redo the entire thing to get the platinum because the AR mission bugged out on me. I know it is.
Yeah,
It's
but-
just I don't want to redo it right now, so I'll probably redo it later. But yeah,
Well, listen,
after
just
that Lego
wait.
Batman announcement, it was like I need to play Arkham City again.
Wait until it starts getting to like winter and like Halloween time, and then you can do like Arkham Asylum during Halloweenish, and you could do Arkham City, and then you could do Arkham Knight, and if you want to throw in Origins too, but that's during Christmas. But
I mean, I was actually gonna. I was thinking about streaming the main trilogy, starting in late November because
yeah,
of that
after
cold time
after
frame.
Alien Isolation.
After yeah, I
Yeah.
did promise you I would do that. Right.
You should do that. It'd be
You know what's
I would
funny
love to
is,
watch
is
you stream it.
I talk
Wow.
confession. I
back.
talked the living daylights out of Alien Isolation. I've never beaten it.
Oh man.
I have a
I
problem
remember
finishing
last
games.
year.
Everybody knows this.
I remember last year when the creative director at Creative Assembly had tweeted out, "Hey, we're making the sequel." I was like, "DeMarco's gonna go insane when we talk about this tonight," and he would not shut up about it for a literal
Oh,
15 minutes.
I love Alien Isolation so much. I'm waiting until Halloween. I'm gonna beat it this year. I'm waiting until Halloween and
So that means you can't watch me live stream it because then you'll get spoiled.
Well, I got pretty far in it. Usually, what ends up happening, I don't know what I get like 3/4 of the way through a game, and then I'm like, all right, I had my fill, and then I stop, and it's like, and I talk to someone, they'll be like, oh, how far you get, and I'll be like, oh, I got to this point, and they go, dude, you know you had like maybe 4 hours left in the game. I went, it happens so often, but so I got pretty far, so I could watch it for a while.
Yeah, after
not bad.
the Lego Batman announcement from last week at Gamescom, I was like, I need to replay Arkham City, like badly.
Yeah.
Which is a great segue, right? Right, Red? We got 15 minutes left. Is Red even here?
No, he stepped out.
Of course, he didn't even tell me that he was stepping out. So, DeMarco, what do you think of Lego Batman?
I liked it. I listen, it looks really, really cool. The one thing I will say is the voice actor playing Batman sounds weird to me. He sounds a bit weird to me. But I thought it was really cool. I love that Lego games aren't afraid to innovate and do different things. There were distinct the Skywalker Saga was great. The Skywalker Saga was really good. And I don't know, maybe it doesn't do it for the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, but I remember, like, you play through episode 1 and you're going through and you're on the ship during the negotiations, and the music, there's just something with the music, and it plays one segment of a Star Wars song, not the whole thing, just one segment on a loop over and over and over. And I'm someone who's like, I need to break every object, I need to like hunt down every stud, I need to do, like, that's just how I play those games. And then I start hearing this music, I'm like, oh my god, just finish the level, I can't listen to this anymore. And it does that for the Naboo level, it does that for the very first one, it does that for the, like, when you're in the underwater city, and it drives me up a wall. And I'm surprised I don't really see, maybe I just have the weirdest bug. But I've uninstalled the game, reinstalled it, I've tried, and I get the same thing. Maybe it just doesn't bother other people. Maybe I just have to turn down the music. I don't know. But it drives me up a wall. And if I see the same thing happen with Lego Batman, I'm not going to play it. But assuming that that's not going to be an issue, assuming that will, it drove me nuts. I can't explain. Like, just imagine listening to the Mos Eisley Cantina song on a loop for 40 minutes, like for 30 minutes while you're going through a level. It's just, you can't do it.
Yeah,
and that's basically
what
what
you
it
mean.
is. That's what it feels like to me when I play the Skywalker Saga. But I don't. Assuming Lego Batman, my
I mean,
biggest
they did say they
concern
learned a
for
lot
Lego
from
Batman.
the Skywalker Saga.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Oh, I'm sure they learned a ton. My biggest concern for for Lego Batman is that I love that you have these stealth takedowns. Like, that's super cool. You have, you're doing Arkham style, right, combat stuff. The voice actors for everybody but Batman I liked. I just thought Batman was a little bit weird.
Can you do the Batman impression of Batman from this new Lego game?
No, because it's a really generic sounding voice.
Do like a Batman line. Do like the Vengeance.
I'd have to pull it up. I'd have to pull it up and listen to it.
Yeah, but what'd you think of it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't. The only concern, and then I'm done. My only concern is that the combat, even though it's Arkham inspired, which I think is super cool, will kind of feel like Temu version Arkham combat.
Yeah.
Like it'll just be, it'll just feel like a parody. It'll feel like a parody of Arkham, and not because it's not good, but just because it's trying to do this combat system that's not really meant to work in a Lego game. Maybe they make it work and it feels phenomenal, but I feel like it's gonna feel disjointed and disconnected and a little bit off. And because we know what it's supposed to feel like, right? Because we have played the Arkham games, that'll make it just feel like they'll add some dissonance to the experience. But that's my only concern. And obviously I haven't played the game, so it might be completely and utterly unwarranted. Will Arnett was not available, but I actually loved him. He was.
That's what I was talking about the other day in Discord.
Will
chat.
Arnett is phenomenal.
I was talking about the guy with the smoky voice, and he's like, "I'm Batman." He's so funny, man, and he nailed that. He hammed it
BoJack
up.
Horseman.
BoJack Horseman. Yep. He's
and the
so
Reese's,
great. Man.
And the Reese's commercial guy.
Okay.
He did Reese's commercials for a long time.
Love that. Hell Is Us is the same day. What? Oh, sorry. For Chronos. Yeah. I wasn't gonna get Hell Is Us because I'm like, everyone's like, it's not a Souls-like, and I'm like, yes, it is. Look at it. It is. And I'm like, you know what? There's a demo. Let me go play the demo, and it's really unique. Like, it has Souls-like combat.
Souls-like, but it's not. It's not that punishing at all.
Like you're not getting punished that much. Like it is like you can like one-shot people. And again, it is the demo of the beginning of the game. But there is something, and I want to make like a full-on video essay about this because I cannot express how much this has changed the way I play games. Turning off the HUD in a game for games where it makes sense. It will elevate your experience of gaming. Guys, I know it sounds like, why? I can't see anything. But I am telling you, it elevates your experience for games so insanely. You pay attention to everything in the world because you're not looking at your HUD. Like, I play Assassin's Creed Shadows with no HUD. But if I want to know where I'm going, there's an option. You just hold left on the D-pad. You can see where you're going. You can turn it back off. You don't need to look at your health bar. Why? Because if you take enough damage, you have a vignette that appears. They're like, oh, I'm hurt. Why do I need to know how much health I have? I'm hurt. Heal. You press the heal button. Hell Is Us doesn't have a HUD. And they've like bragged about this in the game. They're like, we're not going to tell you where to go. It's a lot of visual storytelling. We want you to look around the environment and sort of just figure things out for yourself. And I was like, if you're designing a game around that could be a bad thing. I need to experience this for myself.
Frontiers of Pandora.
Frontiers of Pandora. Okay, so they do that too.
That's how. I mean, Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring is a good example where they just want you like lost in the world, right? But
exactly.
But Frontiers of Pandora explicitly, they have a built, and this I love, and I think
Ubisoft is the best with it. Yeah.
They have a built-in mode, and I think Assassin's Creed did this too. A built-in mode where they say if you don't want to have all the map markers and stuff and like the compass and the mini map and all that, it's immersive mode. And immersive mode now you're in the world. Yeah, exactly. But it works though because the game is designed with that in mind. I actually talk a little bit about this in relation to like when I think that it's never going to happen, but I wish classes would come back to Elder Scrolls. It's because like when you build it with that, you from the ground up you have to consider, okay, how are we going to make this system work in the game, right? In classes it's like we're going to make sure that these abilities feel unique from these abilities. So a mage is casting a really cool version of the fire spell, but this character is casting, maybe they could do a fire spell, but it's not going to, right? So but when it comes to sort of those HUD elements, now they say in the journal, they'll explain like you go to this location and it was west of this and you like, here's a landmark, go find it. And so you can still find it in the journal and you have to kind of navigate your way there. It's brilliant. And then the NPCs too. The NPCs in a lot of the dialogue, they'll say, "Oh, I saw them going west, right? From whole like whatever." And you go, "Okay, cool. And then you go west.
And you go west. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
so
healing
good.
mechanic in Hell Is Us. I played the demo too for a good 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I didn't beat it. But yeah, Red, I know what you're talking about, how there's a mechanic in the game, or yeah, it's a mechanic. There's a mechanic in the game where if you get hit and you actually start attacking the enemy, there is a white circle that will start to glow around you.
Yeah.
And if you hit the right bumper at the right second, it will give you your health back, or at least a good chunk of it.
Right.
So it actively encourages you to pay attention, not just with how to pave the story forward, but in combat, it actually encourages you to pay attention to, like, well, yeah, it just encourages you to pay attention to yourself, to your surroundings, and to what you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, like whenever you meet
I
that
like that
guy,
mechanic.
there's the guy that's wounded, and he's like, I need a med kit. He's like, if you go to the ladder to the west, there's a tent through the woods, and I'm like, okay. And there's no HUD. There's no HUD, guys. There's no direction. And okay,
All
let
he
me pull
said
up my
was
compass.
it's marked on the trees.
Yeah, he's like, it's marked on the trees. You'll figure it out. I'm like, okay. And you pull up your compass. I'm like, I'm gonna head west. Oh, there's a ladder. Okay, and I'm heading through the trees. Oh, there's a marker on the trees, and I'm at the campsite. And it's like so rewarding in your head. You're like, I found this. I did this. Instead of just a little fucking dot on a mini map or on a compass telling you where to go all the time. And I get it. Games are fun. They don't always need to be this like super immersive hardcore experience, because that's how I am with everything. But this game leans into it. It's built around that. Like you said, it's damn it. I was like, damn it. I don't think I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it now, man. I'm going to get it. It's Elias Soufexis. You can't go wrong. His character looks funny. He's like a blonde-headed, curly-headed blonde. I don't know. It's a weird,
A blonde, a curl blonde European guy.
Yeah, and it's just he's strange. He's not strange. He's just unique. I would say it's like it's just not what I expect. I didn't realize his character was a curly-headed blonde dude. But yeah, very European looking.
I like the immersive storytelling. So you remember that guy that you met
BT
at the farm,
nails
right,
it,
Brad,
yes.
at the beginning of the demo?
Uh-huh.
And he's telling us about his 4 sons. You know, the invaders came, 3 of his sons are gone or dead. His 4th son is missing. And then as I'm going through this demo, his 4th son, he has 4 kids,
4 sons,
4 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 sons, and 3 of them are dead. They were killed by invaders.
Okay.
The 4th one is missing. And as I'm going through the demo, I was just picking up anything that I could grab and read anything that was out. You know, traditional world building. And then I come across this pocket watch. And it's a note from one of the invaders to his wife back home. And he talked about how he killed 3 men and took his pocket watch.
Oh.
And then I recognized the name of the soldiers that he killed, and he took the pocket watch from one of the 3 brothers that the farmer was mentioning.
God. That's so
And
cool.
I'm like, this is his son's pocket watch. I need to go back and I need to give this to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I know how to get to him. So that type of world building and encouragement to actually look around, because you could look around anything. I guarantee you in this game, in the full game, you could look around and find stuff, and it actually encourages you to backtrack and actually remember, okay, how did I get here? How am I going to get back to the farm? I want to give this to him. This was his son's pocket watch. I need to give it back.
Yes.
I actually, like, now that I'm actually saying that out loud and in person, it's just like,
and bro,
seems
you
like
understand
it's
what
gonna
I'm
be something
saying now?
special.
Because all that you were looking at during your gameplay, during the time that you were playing the game, were visual cues, like real life. Like whenever you walk into like a Walmart that's out of state, right? You walk down the alley, you pick the aisle, you pick out this thing, you walk to the deli and blah, blah, blah. And then how do I get back? Well, I remember that I walked through the aisle and I went past the deli, and it's just like real life. in video games just sort of just tell you exactly where to go, but you don't understand how much information you're actually taking in just sort of organically, just in real life and video games and whatever. And whenever you apply that to a video game, it works, and you remember how to get from place to place instead of saying, "How do I get there?" Let me pull up my map, and it'll just tell me where to go. Because you weren't paying attention to that. You were looking at your mini map. You were looking at your compass. You know.
Yeah, I saw what you were saying about what BT Maverick was saying. Dead Space does it best for the no HUD. I just now realized this, but every horror game that I've played in the past 3 years doesn't have a HUD. Resident Evil 2 didn't have one. Dead Space didn't have one.
They're more.
Alan Wake 2 didn't have one.
They're more linear, though.
Yeah, I know,
They're
but
more
the point.
linear.
Yeah, but all 3 of those games encourage backtracking.
That's true.
Especially if you want
have
upgrades.
a Metroidvania element. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, but it's not like they encourage backtracking, but it's not.
Let me have this, Damarco. Let me have this.
It's just they're very different experiences. Is all I'm saying. I don't know if they're comparable.
Well, like Damarco, I don't play
As
The Witcher
far as
3
what
with
they-
a HUD.
what-
Like,
What is beneficial when it comes to game design is what I'm saying. When it comes to game design, they're very different experiences, and that
Yeah.
goes into the HUD.
like whenever I played Witcher 3 just this year, I started my third, like I said, third and final playthrough of The Witcher 3. And I turned off all the HUD. I put the difficulty higher, and even though that game isn't meant to be played without a HUD, it is still like you run into a woman and she's like, "Me son's down the river, down the way she is, he does, he will." And you're like, okay, so you know that this person that you're supposed to be tracking down is just along the road somewhere. She mentioned a river. Use your eyes and you will find it. And you're like, "Oh, that must be him." And you walk up to him and he's like, "Oh, I'm the man I am, I do, I will." And you're like, okay, there we go. It's even though it's not built to work that way, but it works. Jonas, that is why I love games like Morrowind. Oh my God, yes, Morrowind, dude. Like in Morrowind, they're like, here's this place. And like it makes you read. It's like, let me mark it. Let me tell you where to go if you want to get to, Balmora or whatever. It's like you got to go down the road to the east, take a right at the fork in the road. And then it's all written there. You're like, wait, where am I going? So like you're literally looking at your notes that this person gave you. Like, okay, I need to go left here. Blah blah blah. It doesn't tell you where to go. It's so true. And that's the thing. Games, modern games, they have given you so much, just like quality of life. We're just gonna tell the player where to go because we want them to experience this. We want that moment to moment, every 30 seconds, getting something out of it. That dopamine hit. And Kingdom Come Deliverance that rely on player being observant enough to pay attention to their surroundings. Exactly.
It's like the game rewards you for being smart enough to know where to go, what to do. It's just that feeling of I know what I'm doing, and I know that I can do it right. It's just
and I got here because I figured it out.
Time. It's like being back in school, technically. Oh, I figured out this problem. Now let me see if I can try a harder one.
You also need to consider from just a world building perspective too, though. If they're gonna use that style, then they need to have distinctive elements in the world itself. And if they're gonna have more distinctive elements in the world itself, it makes the world feel a lot more special and worthwhile to spend time in, right? So that's part of that reward as well. It's like, well, I'm seeing these cool things because the developers needed to make this landmark so the game could work.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm reading what BT Maverick said. The HUD, I mean, you technically
it's like on your character.
Right. The HUD is on your health, like
everything. Whenever you pull up
is an indication of his stamina.
Yeah, like whenever you pull up your inventory, it's a hologram that's projected in front of him. And whenever you're looking through your inventory, you see his head like turning to look at different items. Fuck you, EA, for God fucking damn it, man. We're not gonna get a Dead Space 2 remake. God, that.
Yeah, I know. It still pains me. I like Battlefield 6, but I do not forgive EA for putting Dead Space back on the shelf. I don't forgive them for that. I'm not going to. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Jonas, I will play KCD. I will. Because, like I said, after playing Stalker 2, it really changed my mindset of, like, the hardcore. Take your time. You'll get better.
I will play 2.
Yeah, I will play 1, and then I'll play 2. I can't just jump into 2. I have to know everything. Damarco gets
I need to do the same thing. I got through part of 1. It was really fun. And then it's just it's a dense game. So you got to
I'm starting with 2 only because they have an explanation at the start. They give a
Yeah, you
recap.
can. It's just you. Yeah, you can. It's just you get obviously a lot more. And Ren and I are the same way. It's like I need to experience the whole thing.
Everything, right? Just like The Expanse, which you had a great video, loved it. Thank you for putting out that video.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally put that video out. I need to go check it out.
Yeah, it was great. I watched the whole thing.
Yes, please do. I released a video recently going over, like, I'm new to The Expanse myself. I'm learning about the world and the characters. I'm not, without having watched the show or the books, but just sort of researching all and putting together what I felt was the most comprehensive explanation for other beginners to get into the world of The Expanse, because if you're looking for a new Mass Effect style RPG, The Expanse of Cyrus Reborn looks phenomenal. So I have a little beginner's guide that is there, and I was really happy with that video. So anyone is interested, you can check that out through the link.
It looks phenomenal.
Below.
It was great.
Until you remember it's on Unreal Engine 5.
No, yeah, yeah.
And then
I
it becomes a
forgot.
coin toss.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But I said all that to say that I'm really excited for Lego Batman. We went on such a tangent. Thanks a lot.
We
BT
went
Maverick,
from Lego Batman
or-
to Hell Is Us.
I know. Who was it? BT Maverick. Yeah, it was.
It was
Thanks
Maverick.
a lot.
Of course, it's always Maverick. One
but
thing
I
I
will
just want
say-
to highlight before you get to the end, Red, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Or you can go first if
Go
you
ahead.
want.
Well,
It's your show.
I was just gonna say that everything that we wanted out of another Arkham game we're getting, and like Damarco said, I think you just have to have fun with it, because it is not gonna feel as like, Batman. You're just like, wee Batman. You know what I mean? Just like that's sort of the Batman that we're getting out of this, because it is Lego, and you can't un-Lego a Lego game. But I'm just really happy that we're getting. I'm really happy that TT Games didn't try to do something dramatically different. They're like, just make it their Arkham Combat. Just make it like the Batmobile. Give it the stealth combat. Give it everything that people have already loved. And Rocksteady is not allowed to do it. Thanks a lot, WB. But that's all I'll say about that. Really excited for it.
So I'm just gonna echo my sentiment about Lego Batman 2. Lego Batman was actually the first video game I ever played on the Nintendo DS. It was for my 10th birthday, I believe. My parents had went to Best Buy. They took me with them. They got me a DS. They got me 3 games. They were all 3 Lego games. It was Batman, Indiana Jones, and Star Wars. So to say that Lego Batman, Lego Batman is like not important to me is very, very wrong, because it's the very first video game I ever played, and it has a special spot in my soul. But I'm excited. It's got tons of references to pretty much all the films that I like. It's got references to even the fairy god Batman that you guys seem to love so much too. So yeah, I'm excited for Lego Batman next year. God, 2026 is becoming overcrowded now that I think back on it. But the thing I wanted to point out, and I have Maverick to thank for that, in the span of a week, we're getting Metal Gear Solid, Delta, we're getting Lost Soul Aside, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, Hollow Knight Silksong, Chronos The New Dawn, and Hell Is Us. All 6 games come out within a 7-day period.
Yeah.
And
wild.
it's wild because each one is entirely different. One is a stealth game, one's an action hack and slash, one's an adventure immersive game, which tells us 2 Metroidvanias and a horror game. There's something to play for pretty much almost everybody next week, unless you're an RPG fan.
Well, for the RPG fans, there, like Damarco, if you're an RPG fan, there is sorry, my phone is crapping out. There is Dying Light: The Beast. That's not RPG. That's more, it's RPG elements, but that's coming. Bloodlines 2. Fuck, we didn't talk about that. Maybe let's talk about that next week, because I feel like that's going to evolve, and that's going to be a whole fucking conversation. I don't. And Outer Worlds 2.
They responded to feedback on that one, by the way.
Yeah, we'll see how they address it. But you guys, I'm sure you guys know, I'm a massive fan of the Bloodline series. Love that game so much, and I've never actually even beat it, by the way. It's one of those games that I play and I play and I play, and I'm like, damn, let me restart this. I don't know, I'm so weird. Like, That game is so ahead of its time. It's so dense and it's so old. So I say try it out. It's 21 years old, but it is so ahead of its time as far as an RPG. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but yes, and thank you all so much for being here. Biff Rinaldi, member for 4 months. Thank you so much for being a member. Shout out to all the channel members like American Fury and Cold Eastwood, Hargi Chani, Bino Red Hood, Jacob Tupois, and Drake Williams, everyone else who's a channel member. I'm sorry, I can't. I need to update that list, but I do appreciate you guys so much. Biff Rinaldi says, starting Metal Gear Solid right now. You son of a bitch. You got the early access edition. I'll be able to.
Early access.
Yeah, I think it's like 48 hours early access. It's so awesome, man. I'm so hyped for you.
That is so brave of you, Biff, for saying that with DeMarco on the panel, because he hates early access. He hates it so much.
He hates it. He said, if you don't hear from me in a week, send help. I won't, because you are commencing Virtuos mission.
No.
Dude,
hey,
yeah.
Red, how do you think DeMarco's going to react once he realizes I pay for the early access for Battlefield 6?
Oh no. Oh,
is he staring daggers at me?
He's looking for like a weapon.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
There you go.
Don't worry about it. I did not pay for the Vault Edition. I did not. I like the beta, but I'm not paying extra to play early. Not even for Battlefield.
American Fury. Have you seen Sinners? I did see Sinners.
I was gonna have
it was
a lot of finger waggings.
Yeah, Sinners reminded me a lot of From Dusk Till Dawn. It reminded me, it was like an homage to that, but like set in a different era. Because it's like, oh, it's a movie about this, and like the end, like halfway through the movie, you're like, what the fuck is this movie about? The music part, I really loved. It was very, very stylized. I loved that. I loved the music parts of it. And it's I feel like it sort of like set up like a universe. I was like, are we gonna get like the SCU, the Sinners Cinematic Universe? I really wanted more of that because I really love what they set up. But maybe it's a tie-in to the next Blade movie or something. But yeah, it was very unique. Very unique. I liked it a lot. Yeah, Sword of the Sea is coming out as well. Yeah. Fantastic. Love it. All right, well, we went a little 10 minutes over here, but just want to say again, thank you guys so much for being here every single week. And again, sorry for the delay. You can ask DeMarco and Assassin. I was about to just, oh my god, I was so mad behind the scenes. I literally had to walk outside and just like take a deep breath and just like come back and apologize to DeMarco and Assassin for yelling at them, because I yelled at them, I cussed at them, I called them stupid, I called them dumb, and I was like, I can't believe you guys did this to me. This is your fault. And they said, it's okay. We deserve that. And so we got over it. But, and he's crying just like he, just like he is right now. But no, I can't wait to see Weapons. I'm so excited to see Weapons. I guess I'm gonna have to wait for like the home release of it, but I'm really excited for that. Anyway, DeMarco, where can people find you? Tell them about your podcast with Holly on Thursdays. Tell them.
On Thursdays, come stop by. Myself and Holly, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check out our show. We talk about different things than we do on the Renegade Realm podcast, and we try to have a long-form discussion about something, assuming we can come up with a topic, about something that sort of talks about industry-wide, more evergreen topics, typically. But stop by 6:30 p.m. And if you're at all interested in Osiris Reborn, the new Expanse sci-fi Mass Effect inspired RPG, then please go check out that video. It's always a struggle, Red, as a content creator and anybody else who makes content.
Yep.
If you try to make a video that's outside of your niche, YouTube doesn't like it. So whenever you get any amount of support, there's also this really there's a new the support on those topics outside of what you do is always supported. But watch the video only if you're interested too. And this goes for anybody's channel, not just mine, because watch time is super important for YouTube's algorithm.
Yep.
So only watch, like I say that all the time. I don't want subscribers that don't care about what I do. Like, don't subscribe if you're like, oh, I like one video. I hate that, because subscribers are a vanity metric, and don't just watch a video to be like, oh, this was awesome, comment and then leave, because you're actually not helping, right? Watch only if you're interested, because views, like, I don't care, like, if a video gets 1,000 views, but that's what's appreciated. And there's a new thing on YouTube too. I don't know, it might be like early access or like, you know, just kind of rolled out to a couple users, but I saw it on my channel, Damarco Dude. I had it where you can hype a video now. It's an interesting thing.
I hyped your video.
Like, you get 3 videos you can hype per week, and then it kind of like pushes the video up, and then it ranks it against a bunch of other people. And then if you're a smaller channel, and someone hypes your video, that's worth more than if a bigger channel gets it. And it's a really interesting system. I like the concept a lot. I don't know how it'll play, or like if it can kind of game the system a lot, or if it'll just sort of make some things about the current algorithm worse. But at least conceptually, it seems like a cool thing. So anyway, yeah, check that out if you're interested. And I'll have a video coming out on Elder Scrolls 6. I think it's on Elder Scrolls 6. I have a script made. I didn't record it yet,
too.
So
That's funny.
I can't even remember what I scripted. Anymore. But anyway, I'll have more content coming soon.
That's fantastic. And that link is in the description below. Please go subscribe to Damarco's channel. Go check him out on Twitter. Do all that. And I'm saying that because I really want you to do it. Please do it. There are like a few thousand people, and I say that like literally like, maybe I say like a couple hundred people. Like there's probably like 1,800 people total. That may be too much. All in this same gaming community, like on YouTube and Twitter and like in each other's live streams and chats and stuff. And it's incredible. It's like a big family. I say it all the time, and I never want to take that for granted. It means a lot to always see everyone supporting each other. So go support Damarco. Go support each other.
Yeah.
Go lift each other up. Help each other out, because all we have is each other. Okay? Get it? Assassin.
Put each other up, put each other down.
Pick you up, put you down, spin you around, and do the Macarena and turn yourself around or whatever. Assassin, what you got going on? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Assassin52. I am not a content creator like these two fine gentlemen here, so if you want to know what exactly I'm talking or saying outside of the podcast, that's really the only avenue that you'll be able to find me. The link is in the description down below. I'm still debating whether I should actually stream any game later this year, to be honest. Like, even Alien Isolation, I saw Maverick was like, you don't need to stream it, just play it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should, but I don't know. I'll keep thinking on it. But for now, yeah, Twitter's pretty much all I got.
Fantastic. I love it. Yeah, BT was saying, you know how to stream it, just enjoy it. You know, it is, I know. Horror games for me, it's fun to stream those because like I also like, just from my own personal archive, I want to have like this like video of me reacting to things that you don't really get whenever you just like record a clip of a video game, like all the reactions and this, you know, I don't know. It's
also,
totally
what is it with
but
breaking news happening after the show ends?
What happened?
I shared something to the group that I don't think we need to really talk about it here, but yeah, you'll see once you go into the group chat.
Is it the Microsoft being sieged?
No, Atari is coming up on Ubisoft's turf.
All right. Don't know what that means.
Yeah, you'll see. Do I need to say it? Because I don't want to drag it out, because then Damarco will get hangry.
Just say it, and then we won't talk about it.
Okay, so news just broke from Gamatsu. Atari acquires the rights to 5 of Ubisoft's old, dormant IPs: Cold Fear, I Am Alive, Children of Eden, Grow Home, and Grow Up.
Cold Fear? I own Cold Fear, the physical fucking ding dang game. It's a Resident Evil game, is what it is. It's literally a Resident Evil game set on a boat.
Atari has acquired the rights to all 5 of Ubisoft's now former IP.
Cold Fear. Cold Fear? Cold Fear. Go check it out. It's an old ass game from like 2002.
I love how the top comment is Cold Fear remake, please.
I'm telling you, man, it is a Resident Evil game, but like it has its own little unique feel, because I don't think it's Japanese made. I could be wrong, but it's very Western. Anyway, we won't talk about that. We'll see how things evolve. Next week, we'll talk about how things evolve with Bloodlines, the raid on Microsoft. Well, that's a little more political. We might not get into that. We'll see how things evolve. Helldivers 2 is out right now. I just installed it, so I might go play that with someone. I don't know. But so go play Helldivers with your friends. Go jump into some games, and thank you guys so much.
In Colt's stream, I was down for some Helldivers. I haven't played Helldivers in a while.
Well, let's play it.
Helldivers as well.
Are we playing tonight?
I would maybe. Okay. We'll talk.
We'll see.
We'll talk.
Maybe.
All right. And guys, please check me out on Twitter if you haven't already. Go make a Twitter account just to follow me, Damarco, and Assassin, to keep up with everything that's going on in our world. Really, really appreciate it. All the links in the description are in the links in the description below. Yep, that's how you do that. That's how you link it. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to Jonas, executive producer that makes everything look as beautiful as it is right now. Thank you so much, Jonas. And we'll see you guys next week. Hit the like button. I said I wouldn't say it, but I said it. Goodbye, everyone.